Hey folks, Big Woodsman here. Today we're taking a trip. We're going to see our new sailboat. So stay tuned. Let's see what we get into. So here we are. We're at the boat yard. We're just going to walk over right now and check out our sailboat. As you can see, there's lots of boats wrapped up. It's almost coming into springtime. So here we are. We've got 4 sailboats, and this one that's under the gray tarp is the one that we just purchased. So what we have here is a 26-foot Tanzer. I'm going to open up the back end. We're going to go inside. I'm going to show you a bit of detail on what we just purchased. So you can see here the name written on this boat is Moonshadow. Little piece of history for those of you who don't know. Moonshadow was the name of the first boat that actually was the fastest boat to cross the transatlantic race. So I think this boat is named after it. This is definitely not the same boat, but certainly named after it. So that's pretty interesting. Pretty nice layout to the cockpit, really good space. I'm going to pull the rudder off today because I want to take it home and do a bit of work on it. And yeah, looks pretty good, needs a cleaning. Let's open up the cabin and see what it looks like. So, going down into the cabin, I got the flashlight on. Hopefully it'll be light enough that you can see what's going on. So, the keel's been completely resealed and redone, which is amazing. We've got a spinnaker pole. So we've got a nice kitchenette, ice box with sink. So here we are moving into the front and the bow. We've got a head, and we also have our nice V-berth. Behind the door here, we have a closet. Well laid out. Everything that's in it comes with the package, including the marine radio. Cushion's looking really good shape. The one thing that you want to remember when looking at buying a boat is when you're looking at a 22 to 25 foot sailboat, the head is underneath the V-berth. So you have to tell your significant other, hey honey, can you roll over? I have to use the bathroom in the middle of the night. Where if you go a little bit longer, if you go up to the 26 foot, then you have this separate berth. The table on the edge of the wall drops out, folds down, it makes a nice table in the middle of the cabin here, which is great. It's in really good shape, smells nice. The really nice part about it is I'm an extremely tall guy and I can pretty much stand up in the middle of this cabin. So that's not bad, that's almost 6.5 foot head height, which is pretty amazing. Underneath the cockpit, we have our fuse panel, all of our extensions for the mast stays. We have a battery, The one thing I have been told though is the water tank that you see straight ahead that's strapped in, it's really hard to access, it's really hard to clean. The previous owners never ever used the water tank because they couldn't get at it. So my hope is that we can pull that water tank out, substitute it for one that's about half the size, because we're not taking long adventures in this boat. It's only a weekend, maybe a few day trips. And then hopefully we can have a tank that we can use. So I wanted to take a second and go over a bunch of the stuff that we actually got when we purchased the sailboat. So with the sailboat that you saw in the video, not only did we get all of the boat in really good condition, but we also got a brand new long shaft 5 horsepower sail duty motor. So this is only less than a year old. It's got about 20 hours on it, if that. It's a 5 horse. It has a alternator in it, so it also charges your battery while you're in motoring mode, which is amazing. The boat itself doesn't have a battery, but we are going to get one. We're looking at putting a marine radio, Bluetooth speakers in the boat, everything. That'll come down the line. Came with a brand new gas can and all the hoses. In this box, he's given us a beautiful stainless steel barbecue. It's pretty much brand new. I think it's only been used once, if that. That clips on the back railing of the boat. So that's something we're going to take full advantage of. He's given us cups, saucers, plates. He did have a compass on the boat, but as you can see, it's nice and yellowed. But we're going to have to replace that. But lo and behold, he's also sent along a brand new compass ready to go. So all we have to do is relatively mount that. So the motor and that is basically the entire price of the boat covered. So you look at, we almost got a free boat, which is pretty crazy. In this bag, all the essential safety gear, flares, flare gun, signaling horns, everything you could ever possibly want to sort of keep you nice and safe while you're on the water. In all of these bags, we ended up with 5 sails in total for this boat. So we've got a storm jib, a Genoa, this is our mainsail, and I look inside the mainsail bag and it has a brand new sail cover. That's worth the price of admission right there. Mainsail, spinnaker, there's a Genoa. Down here we have storm jib, also the small working jib. So we got 5 sails in total. That's pretty incredible. In the back bags here, this entire thing, brand new bumpers. So there's probably 8 bumpers in there. The back bags, he's given us enough life jackets to outfit an army. So with all this equipment, we have everything we need to basically go sailing, and we're outfitted beautifully. So now it's just a matter of getting it all on the boat and getting everything ready to go. Well, there we are, folks. We went to the sailboat today. As you can see, we picked this up for very cheap, but it's in great shape. It's going to actually provide us with some really nice sailing for the course of the summer. So we did bring a couple things home. I grabbed the tiller. I brought the tiller home. I'm going to put a new sort of layer of urethane on that. We're going to clean that right up. And I also brought back the entire rudder. The rudder needs some work. The one thing that we noticed on the back of the rudder was the ring that goes through the pintle, which holds the rudder on, is actually in really bad shape. It's pretty sus. So we're going to actually go ahead. We're going to make a new ring. We're going to get this put on. The last thing I want is for that rudder to fall off when we're out on the water. So hopefully you enjoy this video. If so, like, subscribe below, and remember, there's life out there on the water. I'll see you out there in it.